Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man. Ben Peppi is the head of sports services based at JMW's London office and also runs the barn door business out of JMW. Hello, Ben.
Afternoon, Dominic. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. And of course, I heard about the fantastic deal, the Pulseroll deal with Anthony Joshua. I know that JMW have had some involvement with that as well. Do you want to tell me a little bit about the deal?
Yeah, so it's a very exciting deal, obviously, for Pulseroll as a business within a sector that's massively growing and rapidly expanding, and to bring on board one of the nation's most high-profile athletes is obviously a huge win for the business and the brand in terms of their growth trajectory. Thankfully, and very appreciatively, JMW were involved in the deal and Barn Door were involved in the deal in a couple of capacities. So the first of which is I myself, as part of Barn Door, I'm a commercial advisor to Pulseroll. So I advise them on all the commercial elements of the deal with AJ in terms of his role as a brand ambassador within the business moving forward, and help to manage, broker and negotiate the deal. And then was very ably assisted and supported by JMW's legal team. So Stephen Taylor-Heath, who's our head of sports law, acted for Pulseroll on the commercial elements to the brand ambassador contract. And Mark Heppel, a partner in our corporate team, advised on all the legal elements of the deal from a corporate perspective. And what's really interesting is with the deals that are being done within sport now, with ambassadors taking equity within businesses and not just traditional models, there's a number of nuances around how the commercial agreements talk to the corporate agreements and so on. So yeah, a very exciting deal for us to be working on.
It's incredible. And you and I have spoken at length previously on the Inside Man about how businesses can have brand ambassadors and that sort of thing. But in some respects, in fact, in a lot of respects, it's a perfect case study, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think what's really interesting about this deal from a barn door case study perspective is it works across all three of the elements and all three of the types of deal structures we put together. So not only is AJ an investor into the business now, not only is he a brand ambassador for the business, but he's also a specialist advisor. So over the course of the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, Pulseroll will be launching a number of new products. AJ, as a specialist advisor and board member within the business, will have creative input into the kind of the technical elements of those products, given his status as an elite level athlete who's incredibly focused on his preparation, performance, recovery. So yeah, it's the perfect case study in that it sits across that suite of deal structures we work towards. He's a cash investor. He's a brand ambassador with a suite of commercial rights in the business that Pulseroll can take advantage of. And he's a specialist advisor as well. So a great example of how athletes can come on board into businesses now, not just in the traditional ways, but across a whole host of other types of structures.
And you mentioned about athletes coming on and getting involved in businesses. There will be entrepreneurs, CEOs, MDs watching this thinking, well, how do I get involved? How does an athlete come on board to my business? So can you give us a bit of an idea how that works, please, Ben?
Yeah, so the first answer to that is they call us, hopefully. But yeah, I think dependent on the business, depending on the sector that they're in, whether they're kind of B2C driven, whether they're B2B, will depend on the type of athlete that they want to bring on board into the business and what value they can add. So the obvious one is them as an ambassador, help raise profile, trust, credibility, and identity within the business. And if they're B2B driven, I think what a lot of businesses don't realize is the power of an athlete's network and contact book. And having an athlete on board as an advisor, whether it's, as I alluded to with AJ, advising on the product and the development of that, or opening out their contact book and network can be hugely valuable. So there are so many different ways to so-called skin the cat on a deal with athletes now. And it's a very exciting time for the space with regards to early stage businesses bringing athletes on board. So we're proud and glad to be at the forefront of that.
Excellent. And thank you for sharing that with me, and congratulations to everybody at Pulseroll and also to AJ as well. If you'd like to contact Ben, you can do insideman@jmw.co.uk or call me on 0161 82 81 999.
I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.